Yesterday, I reached 1400 ELO in a win streak that was 6 games long. It was every game I played last night, 6 games. It was the first time I played on chess.com in almost a month. So it felt good. Got from 1323 to 1400 on the dot. So that was a good feeling. So today, it's going to be kind of a long video. I'm going to be analyzing all 6 games and just showing you what happened. So buckle up and enjoy. So this is my first game. I had the black pieces and I was playing against, I believe it's pronounced Puebla 399. I'm not sure how you pronounce that. But he or she started off with e4, to which I responded with g6. So my idea here is that I was going to try and make them think I was going for this sort of modern defense, but really what I'm wanting to do is play the hippo, which is kind of throws people off. It's something I'm very comfortable with, even though it's pretty unconventional. So, takes the full center, which is a good play against the hippo. You could even go here or here, here or here. Try and break open the center more, but I don't know what he thought I was going for, but taking the whole center is a good play there. So here, so that he can't just start continuously advancing, I did just put one pawn in the center instead of getting this bishop out. Either one probably would have been fine, but that's just what I chose to go for. So here he's just playing very principled, probably going for these ideas right here, which is just take full control of the center of the board, which is kind of what the hippo is designed to allow you to do. But instead I go here because my idea is if he goes here, I'm going to push and block off the whole board, or close the position. If he goes here, close the position. So that way he can't advance and he's going to have to do all sorts of shuffling stuff, and I can just have a really secure and defensively sound position. So sure enough, he's going here thinking that I'm just going to break this open and he's going to prevent me from castling and all this stuff. But I just push the pawn, lock it up. So here, like I said, he's just taking this full center. He has more space here, but that's kind of the idea is the hippo is you don't need a lot of space. You just kind of are defensively sound and you wait to capitalize on what they do when they overextend. So I bring my knight into the center. He brings it here. It's kind of a pin, but I can kind of go here and force him out, so it ended up being alright. Here, I was not expecting this move, because normally I play this out very early, so I didn't even consider this move. He went here. Not a huge threat, but obviously now I can't get that exact position I was wanting, because he would just take here. So I did just have to scoot my rook over. Overall, still a very even position, but I did lose a little bit of tempo there, I would say. So here, I just bring my knight over just to try and force this out. Even here, it's not great, because then I gotta waste a move getting this knight out. But then he kind of gives up some center control, and then I have this threat eventually, so it ends up being alright. So he's fine with that. He's just getting his queen out there. I do end up trading there, and like I said, move the knight out of the way, so now I have kind of looking at the center of the board. It's gotten away from a hippo, but I have good development options here, and this is under attack, which has no real way to defend that immediately, I don't believe. So he goes there, just lazy pin, not really doing much. I tried to kick him out. He traded. So there, I probably should have gone here, because I'm still losing there, or just gone here and defended that. So I don't know what I was really doing there. But I did go there. So now I'm just kind of block myself in here. I guess I could scoot this over. Still technically even. I'm up 2 bishops, but in a closed position, that's not really what you want. So he goes there, and I did the calculation. I was like, if I go here and here, we're just even. And then I could try and kick him out here. He has to escape somewhere like that, and then I just win that, I was pretty sure. I think that was my thought process there. Because obviously here I can't just win that extra pawn because he's defending. Yeah, that's exactly what I did. And, oh, I didn't see that at the time. Yeah, so this just hung. And I obviously did not see that at the time, but that was a very obvious move, which would have given me good threats there. But yeah. Obviously, I just ended up taking there. He ended up scooting around. And here, I wanted this move. Oh my goodness. That move, but I think that and that might have stopped me, I think. Or maybe I wanted that, but that, I don't know. I had a lot of ideas of getting both bishops out here. Maybe I ended up playing this. Yeah, so my idea here was just to try and trap that knight or something. I don't really know what I was thinking there. Also, I might have been thinking here and then here, pinning that to that. And maybe I just didn't see that protected that. I don't really know what I was doing there, but anyways, he cast it out of the way of it. Yeah, so then I just scooted that over, and now I kind of see through all that right there. So he scooted over, so now he has this discovered attack. Like if he was going here, he could threaten that, or he doesn't really have any more threats, but basically the idea is that there's a discovered attack on that queen eventually. But I'm seeing this square looks really vulnerable, even though it's being defended by one piece, so I probably went here and tried to go for this trade. Yep, that is exactly what I did. He did not bite on that. So, yeah. So, I don't know why I did that, really, because if he takes with that, I just have to get out of the way. And that is not strong, because I just lose the bishop. Yeah. So, that I did not really see coming, because I was focused on getting this out of the way and still having threats on that. And this obviously sees through that piece if this gets taken, because I can't take here because that'd be check. So, oh my goodness. So I hung that. But we're still even, and I have most of the better attack, so I was kind of happy with it. Yeah, that was bad, because what I was thinking is I would move somewhere that this is not a threat of the fork. So I was like, I have to keep in line with this to defend it. And I was thinking if I go here, he could check me, but then I just take. And that was my exact thought process, is I could go here, defend it. He thinks he has a discovered attack, and I just take. What I didn't see is because I didn't think if I move here, okay, so if he goes here right now, this is a terrible move because I can just take. What I didn't think about is I move here and he does that. That's no longer not protected. That is now vulnerable, which is that discovered attack. And I should have just thought longer about that. I don't know what I should have done here. They were kind of not, doesn't seem like there are very many great moves here. I mean, yeah, even the engine says, like, my best bet would just be throwing away the knight. So I don't really, yeah, I was kind of in a bad spot, but threw that away, and that was really bad. So at this point, I'm down 4 points of material. I'm losing the game, and he takes the knight too. So at this point, I'm down 6 points of material. This game should be lost. I should be, like, lower than 13-23 after this game. But as you'll see, this man played a very interesting move. So, you can take a few seconds, think about if you were in white's position. In fact, I will flip the board real quick. You're white, you're up 7 points of material. What would you play here? I'll give you a few seconds. You can have a couple guesses, whatever you think. But I guarantee you, unless you're Faiz, your guess was probably not... Oh, not right there, sorry. Right here. What would your move have been? I guarantee you it was not this right here. I guarantee it. Because that move brought you from +7 to -2. For no reason. You could have just played safe, played smart, not gone for anything crazy, but hung that queen just like that, and all of a sudden I'm in a position to win this game that I had no business winning. So he scoots his king out of the way, giving me a free pawn. At this point, I'm just looking to capture all of these pawns. So I go here. I'm thinking I could go around here. I could take there. So he goes here. I go here. And now I'm kind of trying to set this up a little bit of I was gonna go here, and he can't take because that's check, and I would have that. Or if he pushed, then this. If he pushed, then this square is now blocked off, and I could come here for a back rank or something. That was kind of my basic idea of doing that. But I guess I also could have just gone for the back rank here, so that was not the smartest move ever, but yeah, so he goes there, I went there, and that is exactly what played out. Back rank checkmate. He can't go here, can't go here, because of this, and this. And the game is over. So that was that game, and my elo went up a lot. Normally I get about 8 points per game. They must have made a change, because this next game, I was 1339. So I got, what's that? 16 points for one game. I feel like that's not really fair, because it took me 6 games to get from 1323 to 1400. I feel like chess.com might have been a mistake there. I mean, I've played thousands of games on chess.com. I don't know why it's still giving me 16 per game. That seems like something they would do to a new person. Anyways. Now for game 2. I was the white pieces this time. And my main opening is the Ruy Lopez, but he played this. This says it's called the Philidor defense. I don't know. I trust it. So yeah, I was just kind of playing these Ruy Lopez principles. I didn't want to commit to this early. So instead I just played this, which is kind of the pawn structure you want with the Ruy Lopez, which is what I'm the most familiar with. So I went there, traded in the center, and now look at this. I have nearly complete control of the center here. Gonna move this out, this out, this out. And I just dominate this game. Move this up or something. I mean, this is just a beautiful position for me. So he really has to fight back in the center, but instead he goes shy. I mean, that's a move I played during the hippo. You know, that's, you have no business, you have no intention of controlling the center when you play moves like that. So I'm just extending out. I didn't want to go here because I'd just get pawn chased and lose some tempo, but I mean, I was perfectly fine just putting it here like an Italian and making that work. So that was fine. So now he was kind of rerouting this. So now he is making a little bit of a play. I believe I went here setting up this. I think that was what I did there. Yes, I did. And so I figured he was going to trade off there, but instead he goes to this, which, if I'm not mistaken, that just wins a pawn. Because here, and that is just a basic counting game of bishop for pawn. Which, sure enough, I am now up 1 point of material. And he goes there. So I really wanted, if this wasn't here, to have like this kind of thing where, I mean, let's say that was not there, then that's not a checkmate because he can go here. But that kind of idea was tempting me, and something like that or that, but that didn't make it quite work. I don't know. It's very complicated. I did go here because I figured I could, that's not quite checkmate, but I could get an idea there. Maybe go here and like force that somewhere. And if he took here, then I would just force check trade, and then that is undefended. So that was my idea there. So he did do that, just traded off the queens. Perfectly fine. I'm up a pawn. I'm good to trade. He went there. So my idea here is I had this fork, because obviously he'd be in check, so he has to move out of the check, which means he can't move this out of the way, so I'd win that. But my other idea was that this was free. So instead of defending this in a move that also makes him not lose that or whatever, he did that and just lost that, which, same difference, but he doesn't have any threats or anything. I don't have a difficult time escaping. I'm just perfectly fine here. So he's trying to do that and set up that, but once I go here, I defend that as well, and that's exactly what I did. He went there, and at this point, I probably just traded because I'm up 2 pawns. There's no reason for me not to trade, and sure enough, that's exactly what I did. Brought out the knight to protect this, take control of the center. Probably going to do that. Long castle, bring this rook in. complete domination here. Up 2 pawns, control the entire board. All his pieces are just kind of hanging out, not really in a good position to do anything. This side is completely overwhelmed by passed pawns. Oh. And versus his 1. It's a completely winning position here. And instead of trying to take the center or do anything smart like that, he instead pushed a6, taking nothing, giving me the tempo, ball's in my court again. I don't really know why I went there. Maybe I was trying to go here and trade more and get his pawns more scrunched up. It's probably my guess. But I feel like that just hangs this, and I have to retreat anyway to defend. Or do that. So I don't know. Oh, okay, so that's what I did. I'm not a big fan of that, because while it does defend that, he can take here, and these pawns are doubled. Not the end of the world. I'm still up a lot, but he did not go for that, though. And now I did that move I probably should have done from the start, which is just take the center, take control of everything. He's still just pushing that a-pawn 1 square. Not really playing to win here. I don't know what he was doing. Maybe he was trying to make me lose on time, but he's down 1.5 minutes on me, so I really don't know what's going on there. So here, I'm just going here, trying to trade off more, trying to make some threats, just get pieces in the center, do my thing. And sure enough, he lets me trade again while I'm up 2 pawns. So yeah, he does have kind of an attack here if he's getting in and doing funky stuff or something. I don't know. There's not really a lot, but he has ideas, but very preventable. So I go here, just deliver a little check. My idea here was that if I could go there, then maybe I'm setting up some, I don't really know. I'm up a lot of pieces. That does hang a little bit, but yeah, it does, because I can't go here because he'd take. But he's just clinging on to this, so I'm pretty sure I took there, so his rook, because if I took here, his rook can now get in the game. So I probably just pushed. No, I didn't. What am I doing here? I don't really get the logic here, because if I go here, yeah, I guess I was safe, but I don't know. I don't like that move very much. But he was none the wiser. Okay, what I don't see here is why I didn't just push. I really, really don't see why I didn't just push there, because I feel like I'd just be way winning if I did. But so he took with that piece, which was not the smartest move, because the pawn was defended and it would have forced me here. I don't know. I don't really know what was going on in this section of the game. So I went here, check, out of the way, and I knew, I mean, that was my only move except here, but he really has no threats. He can't go here because that's undefended. This defends all back rank. This cannot take here yet because of that, but even if I did, I wouldn't be up, but I think it'd be tied. No? Yeah, it'd be tied. But yeah, so now, down a pawn, he's trying to trade off stuff, which is perfectly fine by me. I'm getting out of the way there. Yeah, so here I was just going for that pawn, but this says knight c4 was good, because it just defends that and then threatens that. Yeah, that's fair. But he just slid out of the way. Push the pawn. Now he does do that, but I just slide up there. I put pressure on here, and then I'm going to try and run up and put threats on this stuff. He makes it super easy for me, because now I'm threatening both of these. Exactly what I do. He gets out of the way, but... Oh, I didn't take... No, thank you! So I don't know why I didn't just take here. Oh, of course I do, because my rook... 1400, by the way. So I screwed out of the way. So my idea here is, if he didn't see that and he was focused on this or whatever, I don't just win the pawn, but I can go here, check. He has to move out of the way of the check or do something, and I win the rook, because he has to move out of the way of the check. But he saw that coming, obviously. So instead, now I just take that pawn. And so is in a bad way because he's losing this 2 different ways. Can't defend that because of this. He could slide here, but even this still wins. This still wins. So it's, yeah. So, yeah. So I won this pawn. I could have probably won that too. Yeah, I mean, either way, I was completely winning here. Now I do that, completely dominate. He really has nothing for me in this position. Takes a pawn. I start pushing this pawn. And I knew he was going to stop it, but I knew I could block it off like that. And he had to take time to get his knight into position. So while he's doing that, I can trade off, and I have a completely free queen, and my opponent resigned. So that is how I won the second game. This is the third game of the night. By this point, I was texting my friend Faiz, and I said, this is crazy. Like, these numbers don't even feel real. I'm 1357. Are you kidding me? Like, I'm still in 1100 at heart. You know, like, that is what I've spent most of my time in this game playing in the 900 to 1100 range. And so this just feels really unreal being up this high. But so here we go. E4, playing this hippo again, pretty much the exact same as last time. This time I learned from my lesson though. And moved there. So, do this whole thing. I'm just waiting for him to push one of these pawns so I can push back and not trade. But he's smarter than that. He kind of knows what's up. So we're just kind of playing this game, dancing around. And here, I have the full hippo set up. So now I'm going to go here, wait for him to move something, and then push around, and then go there, or just shuffle my queen back and forth. And so that is what I do, and I start shuffling my queen, but he goes here, thinking he has the upper hand on me for this trade. Yeah, because that couldn't go there, because I would have been pinned by the rook. So he's thinking he has this upper hand on me. I just push. I'm okay with a closed position, because he has no way to attack me then. I'll just stall him out and win on time. So I do push here. I don't really know why I did that. Maybe I just thought that this was cool, but this is just blocked off, so I don't really know what the idea there was. Yeah, so lost a pawn there for really no reason, to be honest. I mean, there was not really any reason to do that. I didn't get anything from it. I have nothing here. I'm pinned. This can't come up. I guess it could, but anyways, now I'm just, this side was already up, so I'm meeting it on that side. Trying to kick in here. This was just sloppy play. This is not how you play the hippo at all. He kind of let himself get blocked in, though, which is good. Because even if he has an escape square, he can't do anything with that piece. So he hasn't lost a rook, or a bishop, but a bishop is out of the game for him. But both of my bishops are out of the game for me. So it's not really too great, but I realize I have the upper hand on this trade, because if he takes here, I have that, and he really has nothing for me there. But now I do have to defend this. So I go there, scoot that, and defend there. And from here, I'm just trying to make attacks. I don't really know. This was not a good game for me. He goes in there, go out, attack the queen, and he can just drop back and defend that pretty easily. Instead, he goes over there, come back attacking this. Yep. And so here, I probably went here and threatened that while defending that. Yep, perfect. And that is probably what I took. No, I cast it out of the way. So now I've just handicapped myself, because now I need to go here and he'll defend that. But he doesn't, so instead I took right there. So this is dangerous for him, because if he somehow, this is not a move, but let's say somehow he gets that out of there, that is checkmate. So this is a little bit dangerous for him, but he scoots out of the way. I just gobble up another pawn, so now I've made up for that advantage. I'm up one pawn now. So he scoots it over. Oh, so right here I saw this discovered attack. So let's say, because I was looking at moves like, I don't really know. But let's say, for example, I moved right here. He can move right here, threaten the queen, but I can't move the queen out of the way because I'd be in check from this moving out of the way. So I saw that and was like, nope, I'm out. He moved over really for no reason. I guess he just saw I did it and was like, oh, I should do that. I don't really know what's going on there. But he gave me another pawn, and I'll end up working it out. Then he just is threatening my queen, trying to make me do some weird stuff to get out of the way. I offered a queen trade. He said, nah. Offered a queen trade. He's just not interested. But I'm up a pawn. 2 pawns. So I'm just getting my other knight into the game. Offered a rook trade, which worked. And now these two are just defending each other pretty well. Not much you can do better than that. So at this point, I'm just bringing this in to defend everything here, which worked very well. And here, this is still defending this is attacking this is attacking this, but also I'm offering up that trade right there, which he does not accept. But this square could be vulnerable in the future if I could somehow get this in here or something. So that was something to look out for. I get my knight out. He does that, which kind of takes away that idea, but and it also gets another attacker on this. What I really wanted was a way to get this out, but this obviously didn't work. I was thinking something out here and trying to push open that side, but I don't know. So here, I move there. The computer says I was supposed to just infiltrate all the way and threaten these two, which is good. That's a good idea. But instead I went here thinking this is still defended, this is still defended, this is not a threat anymore. He went there. There's no discovered attacks there because that's defended. Yeah, so here I'm offering another trade. Boom, boom, boom. Not really a trade, I guess. Yeah, it is a trade, but yeah, he just wouldn't take back. So there, I can mess up his defensive pawn structure doing that, which is exactly what I did. But now this does have to move out of the way. Right there. I don't know what that did, if he was trying to attack that or something. Oh yeah, I guess so. If I take here, he's going to take here. But I have another piece that I took it with instead. So he delivered check. I just scooted up. No reason to sacrifice anything. He went there. I'm pretty sure I just traded because I'm up 3 pawns. Yep, that is exactly what I did. And check, out of the way. And here, I was trying to do some stuff here with this and taking that. Sorry, this and taking that. But it's saying he had queen b1, and somehow that's even though I'm up 3 pawns. I don't really get that. Maybe you could force a draw or something. But it said instead I should have played queen c2. I don't know. I don't understand that. But so he played there. At this point, I mean, he defended that, but the game is pretty much over. I just delivered check. Pushed that up. This says that queen b1 now is a draw. I do not get that, to be honest. I guess because I just perpetually... Oh, because it's check. Oh, can he perpetually check me, maybe? I don't know. Anyways, the point is, he didn't. And it said, I just defended. He didn't check me again. So instead... Yeah, it's apparently there was a draw there, but I just got out of the way, pushed the pawn, checkmate. And keep in mind, this was all with about 20 seconds to go for each of us. This was kind of a time crunch. But anyways, that was a good game. So, this was my 4th game that night. I was the black pieces. What do you know? I played the hippo again. This time, he was a little bolder. Instead of trying to take the whole center, he just went ahead and pushed, which is okay. Perhaps I should have gone here and made him have to defend, but I think what I did was fine. Here, this is a little bit risky because if he goes here, my whole idea of not breaking everything open is kind of out the window because now I have a gaping hole right here. So, I went for it. He did it, but normally I don't take with the queen. I don't know if I was feeling risky or what, but that kind of scares me a little bit normally. Yeah, I don't know. But obviously it seemed to be an okay position. I took here just thinking, oh, if he takes, he can't oh, nope. If he goes here, I mean, he can't castle anymore, which would be nice. He's probably just going to push, but then I can give him a hole on this side, you know? Like, just kind of make things a little bit more even. Instead, I probably could have seen this coming. I was thinking he was just going for that. But he's just trying to kick me out of this position. I mean, wow, I cannot do arrows today. Instead, I was just chilling. Oh, I went for that. I guess my thought process here was if I went for this, I could have that. Or something to that effect. But he gives me even more possibilities with this idea that now both of these are pinned by a piece. So that was good. So I went there. Instead, he just goes for that. I probably went there. No, I did not. Okay, so I wanted to keep my protection on this. And my idea was to go there and then threaten that. Which is what I did. But instead, he gets me back danger levels with that to go there. I was probably being an idiot here. I think I probably pushed. Oh, no, I did block it. But now, obviously, the idea is not as good. And he goes there, which, let's say I wanted to take. I lose my queen, which is never any good. If I go there immediately, I lose my queen or whatever, which is never any good. So I probably was just forced to trade there. Instead, I just pushed the pawn, immediately losing it because I was thinking, oh, if he goes here, I'm no longer pinned. I can just do that and then work my way out or whatever. Terrible, stupid idea because that just took, which that could have taken too. Maybe that was my idea, but whatever it was a bad idea, and I lost a pawn. So I took there. Now I'm kind of getting attacked a lot here. This doesn't work, so I just moved out of the way. That was a pretty big blunder because I was thinking I would attack that, but obviously that is defended. Maybe that would have been a little bit better, attacking that, but either way, just straight up lost a pawn. I went there to attack this and this, but he just went there, defending both. And now I don't even have any threats here because that attacks both this and this. So at this point, I'm down a lot. He's probably just going to trade here and then move out of the way. Kind of screwed a little bit, which is what happens. So now I'm just like, alright, recovery mode. Like, there's a lot of game left to be played. I'm down 1. Right. I guess it was just a pawn. But it felt like a lot more. But anyways, I was down quite a bit. But nothing to panic about. I don't know why I wanted to trade there. Maybe because I wanted this pawn maybe to get out of the way so I could get that strong diagonal. But I don't have any pieces to accompany that if I trade this off. So not super smart. He kind of pins me there. And instead of just moving out of the way, I decided to try and defend it, which is not smart because he has this move, which pins that. I can't move out of the way. If I castle, he takes. I use that move on people all the time. I don't know why I didn't see that. It was late at night, but anyways, no excuse. Terrible move. Instead, if I'd castled, I have enough defenders here to just defend the position. And then if I'm castled and my king is on this square and he goes there, I could just move it out of the way. I mean, I really don't know what was going on in my head there, but yeah, I lost that piece. Traded there instead of the other way, so that I don't have to trade while I'm down 4. And also so that I can have this good defense. So he moved there, probably so I couldn't push and have a line. I don't know what he was doing. Yeah, so I just threatened this because he kind of has both of these in a row, but obviously it's very defendable, which is what he does. At this point, I'm just trying to push more on this side. What was my thought? Was my thought process to go here? Because that's defended, but I don't know. Anyways, he goes there. Yeah, so that was my idea, but not a great idea. So I am getting a little bit close to promotion, but I mean, he has so many defenses in this area. Like, it's not even funny. So, yeah. So, just sloppy play for me there. It ended up working out because I had to check. And this right here, I kind of realized he's in trouble. Because I wanted to go here and try and find something along this with a back rank. Or, not a back rank. Ladder mate. Like, basically ladder mate, but instead of walking him down, but like where you block off this file and block off this file. But obviously this defends that. So I was like, alright, well I have this check here. I'm going to do that. And then that gives me this opening to come here. And he only has that one square. Well, all of a sudden I'm getting really close to having a checkmate. Really close. So I decide I'm going to push that pawn. He has no legal moves with his king right now. Because I mean, he's kind of screwed here. If he goes here, I go here, that's checkmate. No, that's not checkmate, sorry. Yeah, if he goes here, I was going to go here. No, what would I have done? What would I have done if he'd moved there? I really don't know. I don't know what I would have done if he went there. Let's see. Oh, defend both. Okay, yeah. I would not have seen that. But anyways, let's get back to the actual moves that happened. Yeah, so instead I pushed here. He didn't see that. He took there. And I checkmated him. So in a game, I had all the business losing. I was down a ton of material. Not doing well. I got that kind of weird positional mate and got him beat. So here, I was the white pieces again. And I was just like, alright. So he plays the Sicilian. I don't face this a lot. So I just kind of pushed, thinking he'd play here, and I could go here, so I don't really know what I usually do. But he played this. I don't really see this really ever. Just kind of trying to play principle. He kind of attacked that, so I just retreated, which... Oh, that is very bad. Yeah, I just lose there. He didn't see that somehow. I didn't see that. Yeah, I would have lost a bishop there, just trying to play it safe. So that was bad, but he didn't see that, luckily. So I think I saw it after or something, or I saw just the idea of getting trapped, because then I gave myself that outlet. That also goes back to what I talked about earlier, this pawn structure with the Ruy Lopez. It's almost like a Ruy Lopez, kind of, not really, because this is never there, but with this position and this position, not really, but I treat everything like a Ruy Lopez. So I pushed open there, just trying to take control of the whole center. He didn't really do anything, so I just kind of advanced there, thinking, oh, well, this isn't really doing much. I could trade and get really strong central stuff here. I gave myself that exit, though, so I wasn't trapped, but I did lose that pawn. Castled. Now he's doing what I did of just staying principled, taking control of the center. There, I was trying to trade for some reason while I was down. Instead, I just lost a pawn. He didn't see it somehow. This player was not the strongest, so I just trading while down. I don't know what. But anyways, this was also dumb, because now I just have that, which is not an X-ray because it's an even trade. I don't know what I was really doing. But trade it off. Going for this attack now. He just lets me have it. He didn't really have a great way to defend that, except I guess he could have gone there. I don't really see any problems with that, but yeah, so now we're even again, And I kind of see this idea that I had in a previous game of getting in here and just kind of tearing things up and just having a lot of forks and threats. Oh, that's what it was, yeah. So I see that fork right here. So this wins 3 points right here because it's a knight for nothing. This wins 2 points because it's a rook for a knight. So I was happy with that. He moved that out of the way, which was probably the worst move. It protected a more important thing, but he couldn't win my knight back after. So I took that bishop. He tries to kick me out, but I'm still fully defended here from this queen. So he wins that pawn, but I'm just getting out of the way. He doesn't really have any threats. I mean, this is protected, this is protected, this is protected. And if, let's say he took this, that is still protected by this. So it ended up all being okay, but he does have quite a bit of pressure on this piece, which I did not like, so I moved there just to get that out. He's kind of trying to shove a bunch of pawns in my face down the middle, but not really a huge threat, honestly. I lost a pawn there, but yeah, so here I was just trying to win a pawn back. He defended. And here I was like, you know what? I have 1, 2, 3 pieces defending this. He has 1, 2, 3 pieces attacking, so I'm always going to win that. And now I have 2 attackers here. So he scoots over. But now I've also got to be careful because there's a direct line from here. So I scooted over trying to take that. Because this piece is not defending that. I mean, it's defending that, but that's a pawn for a pawn, and then I have this. So he scooted back to protect that. So now I'm like, all right, you have 1 attacker on this. I have 1, 2, 3 defenders. I can scoot this over and create even more tension here. If you go here, I'm just going to win that pawn. So he scoots back. That's exactly what I did. I scooted over. He moved there because he scooted his queen there so he could defend that and have more on that file, or that, is it file or rank? I don't know. But now I couldn't take that anymore. So instead I just scooted out of the way because I don't know if I was thinking about that. I think that's probably what I was thinking of, as I was going to do that just to be like force him kind of to do something. But then if he took, then I have a rook left. But if I could get out of the way and then do something like that, then I would win the queen. My arrow drawing is really bad today, sorry. But yeah, I scooted out of the way, played that, just haha, I'd win your queen. It was just a stupid trying to be fancy move. But he does that now to where he could just take this by itself. So I defended that with the pawn because he still can't take this because that's just losing a rook. So now he's like, all right, well, I'm going to just threaten your queen then. I'm like, all right, well, I'll get out of the way because this is still a winning exchange, but I do have to be careful because that is important. So he went there, and now I just have 1, 2, 3. I win this exchange all day, every day. And he didn't like that. He scooted out of the way. I do have to be careful here because this is still a threat. But I got out of the way, so this is defended. He has no skewer or anything. So I just get out of the way, offer that trade up, and yeah, so my idea here is I had that back rank checkmate. He scooted to defend it. And I was like, well, if you go here, I take. If you go here, I take. If you go here, I take. And if you go anywhere else, you no longer defend that back rank checkmate. And he knew that, so he resigned. And I won the 5th game of the night. So this will be the finale, the 6th game, and this is the game that got me to 1400 for the first time in my life. Harold 00 versus Gyark Chess. So he started with, oh, also, if it starts me at 1400, I think that means that this game I was actually less than 1323, so I was probably like 1311 or something. Let's I was probably 1307 is probably what I was. Which is probably even more than I said. But anyways. That aside, what better way to finish it off than the hippo? So, play kind of what I've been playing the whole time. I did d6 instead of e6 this time. But they both got done. And he's just kind of letting me have the whole board, get this whole thing set up. I'm one move away from completing the whole hippo. And he does that thinking, oh, he's going to trade there and I'm just going to win that. Well, guess what? I can just close the position. So I always do. Which is funny because as white, I always want a very open position. But as black, I don't know. As black, if anyone ever plays d4 first move, I will happily. I love playing against the London. I'll play the most open game. I'll play good. I'll play smart. But when you play e4, I just can't deal with the Italian. I stink at playing against the Italians. I play the hippo. So anyways, yeah, so here, I kind of done everything. If it was a blitz or a bullet game, I might have just shuffled back and forth over and over. But instead, this piece is out, so I might as well just break it up on my terms. This is not a fork because he can just recapture. I have nothing defending it. So I just push it like that. So I just move my queen and defend it. He pushes his pawn there, thinking he's going to get a cool trade there and have threats. Close the position. And now he has no threats here with this cool battery that he has. Because every white square, I mean, if I go here, what is he going to do, you know? But instead, I try and play a little more fun than that. I'm going after his bishop because he has a couple places to move it, but then I can go there. So, he doesn't do that. Instead, I just take his bishop on my terms. Which is, in hindsight, not very smart. Knights are very good at jumping around the board and taking things. This bishop in this closed position has nothing. This bishop in this closed position has nothing. So, knights will be better than bishops in closed positions. So, that was kind of a stupid trade for me, but either way, it ended up working out. Now I'm really closing the position. I mean, he has absolutely nothing if I go here. I mean, the computer's saying this is a draw. Like, there's just nothing going on. Yeah, so at this point, I mean, his only hope is I try and do that or something, but, like, everything is locked up. I castled long. I never castle during the hippo usually, unless it's, like, in-game, but I'm just, like, he doesn't have any batteries along this side. If he tries to push here or something, maybe that's his best bet, but yeah, I'm just chilling here, up like 10 seconds on the clock. I kind of realized my queen has that opening over on this side. Obviously, this can't get out and about and do stuff, but this queen had this. King scoots over. At this point, I'm like, okay, you know what? I have this position closed. I'm going to break it open on my terms. I'm going to get this done. I have this here. I have a knight that can enter the picture. We'll just see what happens. And that's just about exactly what happened, except for some reason, he let me take his rook. And so now I'm going to get this in here, and I'm going to trade more on my terms, because now I'm up 2. I want to trade. I'm done being closed because I'm winning. And so here, he just kind of lets me creep in more. No, I didn't. I did not do that. Instead, I retreated. But yeah, my idea here was kind of, I think, a long, drawn-out idea, but I was like, oh, I'm going to get him on this file, and I'll get him out of the way, and I'll take here, and he can't take back. I mean, he could do so much in all that time, so I don't know what, but, yeah. For some reason, I hung a pawn, and he hung his knight, because if I take there, that is a fork also, but also he cannot take back because that is check. Even though it's, I don't know, it's kind of like a double one, but anyways, he still can't take back. I won that. I was going there. This is defended. I'm threatening this. He doesn't, I mean, he can go there, but then I go there. He's in a world of hurt. And then so he took my pawn there, completely fumbled. I have that, and he resigned, and I hit 1400 ELO for the first time in my life. Very good. I'm very happy about it. Maybe 1500's next if I keep lucking out like this in positions. But thank you for watching. I know this is a very long video, but it was a highly requested one. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you for the next video.